Hello, welcome to another video from EarnPed.com. I'm Stevie B. Happy to have you all with me today. Let's take some big sips to get this started. So, guys, I've just completed Halloween Mayhem 2023. I just completed the Regilite mission last night. I'm just doing some extra grinding. But to complete the Regilite mission chain for Halloween Mayhem, it took me over 250 hours. I actually took an entire week off work and pretty much didn't do anything but grind out Mayhem. And then, after Mayhem ended, I immediately went to Planet Arcadia, and the Gold Rush event has started on Arcadia. And I've covered the event for you guys. For those of you who want to participate in Gold Rush, I am not competing in Gold Rush myself personally. But guess what? Here in just a couple of weeks, we're about to have Merry Mayhem, which is just around the corner. Merry Mayhem is not a 2-week event. No, Merry Mayhem tends to last about 45 days. It's closer to a 5 or 6 week event. And I am already all tuckered out. I am already to the point of I have mayhemmed myself completely out of being interested in doing any more of the events. I'm skipping Gold Rush for that very reason. However, there are some events I would still participate in if it breaks up the grindiness, if it breaks up the monotony, if it can give me a little bit something different. And one of those events is an event called MerryMineMas. And this is a player-based event, an event organized by players in the community simply as a way to have fun and put on a player-based event. So this is not an event put on by MindArc. This is not an event put on by a Planet partner. This event is actually put on by my good friend Thaddeus Fatty Thorenson. So in the description below, I will put the link to the PCF thread that you guys will need for this event. I'm going to put the link for Fatty's Twitch, and I'm going to put the link for Fatty's YouTube channel so you can check out some of his videos as well. But I want to give you guys some of the details about this event because you might just be somebody who doesn't do events normally that might want to take part. If you're on Planet Calypso, this is going to be very, very easy to get to since it takes place on FOMA, and FOMA is very, very, very near Planet Calypso. There might be people who don't want to do Gold Rush but would like to do an event like this, or people who don't want to do Mayhem that might want to do an event like this, or like what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing Merry Mayhem, but I might take a break for a day or two just to come do this event because Merry Mayhem is a 45-day long event. I don't necessarily want to do Merry Mayhem for 45 straight days. I would like to do something like this, something a little bit different just to break up the monotony of Merry Mayhem. So let me give you guys some of the details. I'll read through it real quick for you, and you can find more on the official PCF thread you will need for the event. So this event takes place from December 16th to December 18th, 2023, specifically from 0000 UTC on the 16th until 23:59 UTC on the 18th. Now, for this competition, you will need to be able to take screenshots, and you will need to be able to use your system tab. If you hit the period key, if you have your keyboard set up to keyboard map 1 like I do, then by hitting the period key, in your system tab, it will show you the date and the UTC time, as well as your session time, how long you've actually been logged on. So since I hit the period button, it is the 12th of November, 2023, and it is 2021 UTC. I've been logged in for just at 41 minutes. So that will be important. You will need that for the competition. So let me read over this a little bit for you. It's that time again. Here in a few weeks, MerryMineMas is back. For those of you who don't remember how it worked last year, here are the details. From Saturday the 16th until Monday the 18th, we will be opening a competition for highest mining loot on FOMA. Simply go to FOMA, mine to your heart's content, and submit a screenshot of any big hits you get to this thread between the above dates. Screenshots must contain the date and time, so simply show your system tab. I will tally all the hits and draw random ore and energy matters from a hat. If you get the highest loot in the drawn resource, you win the corresponding prize associated with the drawing. And of course, the winner of biggest overall gets this year's Yogg pet named Beelzebub. He's level 10 with his ability unlocked. It is only a Yogg, not a Yogg horror. Even if you already have one, think of others. This would be a great Christmas gift to give to a friend or loved one. You can also win multiple prizes like Best Iron Ore, Best Crude Oil, Best Overall Loot. Prizes are to be decided. This event is for beginners and experts alike. So this will take place on FOMA asteroid only. Now, if you've never been to FOMA, if you're on planet Calypso and you get in a vehicle and you go to space, as soon as you populate into space, you're going to be very near the planet Calypso Space Station, you're going to be very near the Crystal Palace Space Station, and you're going to be very near the FOMA area, FOMA asteroid. They're all three right there together. You cannot miss them. Screenshots will need to be submitted to the PCF thread, which I'm linking in the description for you guys. There will be prizes for several types of ores and in matters, which will be determined by the drawing. There will also be prizes for biggest overall loot. Anyone can win more one prize, and you do not need to global or HOF in order to win. It's simply the biggest hit. And Fatty will be streaming several hours a day during the event at twitch.tv/FattyProfit. That's FATTYPROPHET. Fatty Profit, as in like a biblical prophet. So here's the deal. You just go to FOMA and you mine, and then if you get a large hit, doesn't even have to be a global or a HOF, you just hit print screen or screenshot, or however you take screenshots on your computer, and then you can submit that screenshot to the PCF thread as part of the competition. Now, when doing that, what you'll need to do is you will need to have your system tab open, and you will need to hit the period key so that you can catch the date and time of the claim in the screenshot. It would also be helpful if you were able to catch the amount of the screenshot in the top left by not having a loot window open, but having the loot text go by. You can do that by hitting O, and I believe it's interface. Yeah, you go to interface after hitting O and hit disable loot windows, and that's what makes the loot text go by in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. And if you can't catch the actual amount in the loot going by, which would be preferable, then you might also be able to actually take a screenshot of the mining claim itself, where it says, sizable or gigantic or small or tiny on the actual mining claim deed. However, I believe what Fatty is wanting is he's wanting a screenshot that shows the date and time and the amount of the claim via the system tab. I believe whenever you're mining, when you hit a claim, it will actually tell you the PED value of the claim here inside the system tab. So let's say I drop the mining probe, I hit period. So it would say that system, you received mining claim, pyrite, value 1.16 PED. I hit period, so then it says Entropia Universe 23/11/12 UTC 20/25/51. So if you can get the disabled loot window and actually manage to catch it, if you're fast enough in the upper left-hand corner, that's great. But really, he's going to be using this system tab. If you need clarification on how to do that, please get with Fatty in advance of the competition, because as I said, you will have to submit those screenshots to the PCF thread. Now what Fatty's going to do is, like he said, he's going to take the ores and in matters that are available, and he's literally going to print them off, cut them up, and put them into a hat. And whenever it's time to draw for the winners, he's going to scramble them all up. He will then reach into a hat, and he will pull out a slip of paper, and it might say Listerium ingots or Listerium ore. So he will go, okay, well, who all submitted screenshots of large Listerium hits? And then whoever had the biggest hit, that is the person that wins. He might then reach back into the hat and pull out another slip of paper that says crude oil. So he goes, okay, who all submitted screenshots of crude oil and who had the biggest hit? So that person wins that category. And then he might stick his hand in the hat and pull it out, and it says highest overall mining loot. So he goes, okay, who had the highest overall loot that was submitted? That person wins that category. He might stick his hand in and pull one out that says highest overall in matter. So who had the highest in matter submitted? Highest overall ore. Who had the highest ore submitted? And you can win more than one category. Like he said, that's more than okay. You don't have to global or HOF in order to win. It just has to be the largest hit of anyone who competes. And you can win more than one category, so that's fine. Now, keep in mind that mining on FOMA is indoor mining. It is high risk, high reward mining. So what that means is you're going to have a very low hit rate, meaning if you drop 100 probes, you're probably only going to find about 3 to 5 mining claims. But they're going to be much, much larger than normal. Now, with regular outdoor mining, if I drop 100 probes, I expect to get about 35 to 40 mining claims. But they're usually much, 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 much smaller than the mining claims that I would get in indoor mining. So what does that mean for an event like this? Well, if it's a fairly small group of people that end up participating, you can probably get by with most of your basic mining finders and most of your basic gear and a pretty low bankroll. You don't really have to put out a lot of risk in order to have fun with an event like this. And that's what this event is. It's a peer-to-peer, community-driven event in order to have fun. But if there is, let's say, a large number of people that end up competing in this event, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a situation which is much more like the current mining event for Gold Rush 2023 on Arcadia, where in order to get that highest loot in any of those categories, what you're going to end up having to do is use pre-amped mining finders, usually of a limited nature, and you're going to have to start using stuff like D-class mining amps, level 13 mining amps. And you're going to have to do that in an environment of high risk, high reward mining, indoor mining, where you only have a 5% hit rate. So the strategy going into this event in order to win a prize is going to depend in large part on how many people participate in this event. If Fatty and me are the only two people that show up for this event, we're still going to have a good time. It's still going to be fun. I'm still going to have fun with my friend and, enjoy the event that he put on for me. And we can probably do it with TT finders at that point. However, if there are 200 people that show up, TT finders will no longer get us to where we can win one of the categories. At that point, we will need to use limited mining finders that are already preamped. If 1,000 people show up, then to win at that point, to get the highest loot out of anybody at that point, I'm not just going to need a preamp mining finder. I'm going to need a D-class or level 13 mining finder amplifier attached to it. So the more people that participate, the more competitive it gets, the more the cost and the risk is going to be. Now, this is not designed to be a ped drain. This is not designed to be something where anything other than having fun matters. I know Fatty, and one of the things I love about Fatty is he's a good guy that loves to have fun. This is simply to make an event where everybody can participate, from the brand new guy with the TT finder all the way up to the most experienced miner in the group. This is designed to be a good time. And if I know Fatty, and I'm pretty sure that I know him better than just about anybody, he would love nothing more than to see 50 or 60 people show up and somebody with a TT finder somehow end up hitting a hit big enough to win one of the categories. I think Fatty would find that absolutely amazing and just would laugh his butt off, as would I. I think everybody would. And that's what these events are about. When it comes to these community-driven, player-based events where the players are the ones putting them together, sponsoring them, providing the prizes, it's about having a good time. And that is in large part what this event is about. So I think it's a great event. I think it's great that Fatty took the time to put it together and is taking the time to coordinate it all, organize it all, and deal with it all. I really cannot speak highly enough of Fatty. He's been a great guy, friend of mine since practically day one in the game. So if this is something that can help break up the monotony or something that can give you a little bit of something different to do in game, this might be an event you want to check out. So again, the PCF link to the actual forum post you will need to use to participate in the event will be linked in the description below, as well as Fatty's Twitch and his YouTube channel. So be sure and check out those other videos that he has. I'm going to leave it there for today because really, if you have any additional questions for stuff I have not yet covered about this event, you'll need to talk to Fatty either in-game or via the forum. It's his event, so he's going to be the guy that's going to be able to answer all your questions. But I look forward to seeing you guys there. I'm going to take a small break from Merry Mayhem, and I'm going to come up for a few hours and do some mining myself. I have personally never mined on FOMA, because it is indoor mining with high risk, high reward. I've just never done it, and this is going to be a great time to do something a little bit different, and it will break up the monotony of that very, very long 45-day Merry Mayhem for me. So I will be seeing you guys there. If you have any questions, hit up Fatty either in-game or on the forum. Till then, sip, sip, smack, smack. Y'all know the rest. Over to earnped.com, because that helps us out tremendously. But guys, also be sure and hit that subscribe button and that bell icon, because when you do, you only hit them once, and then, boom, you are up to date with all the newest content we post. That keeps you up to date with all the newest videos, changes going on in Entropia, new events, both player-based like this one, and like Gold Rush and Mayhem, which are put on by Mindark and Planet Partners. And it keeps you up to date with all the information on how to play smarter and not harder. We've got a ton more videos on Planet Arcadia coming for you, as well as a lot more of the Siren video series everybody seems to love. I've got an entirely new video series I will be working on after the Siren series. So we have plenty of content coming down the pipe for you guys to help you play smarter, not harder. Guys, please also hit that like button on every single video, because that like button really helps us combat the haters and trolls that are out there. And guys, let me know in the comments below, will you be participating in this event? Are you planning on being there? Or will you be doing something else? Will you be doing Merry Mayhem or just spending the holidays with your family? If you are going to be participating in the event, let me know in the comments below. Will you guys be using pre-amped mining finders? Will you be using D-class and level 13 amps? Or will you just be using your regular gear? What is your regular gear? Let me know your strategy for this event in the comments, because that helps us out too. And when you guys do this, when you comment on the videos, when you like the videos, when you subscribe to the channel, YouTube starts putting our videos in front of more people. And it's not just more people, it's more people that YouTube already knows are into PC games and real cash economy games. And we are still getting more emails every single week from people saying, hey, you know, I used to play PC games and MMOs and real cash economy games. I used to play EVE or whatever. And one day I was messing around on YouTube and one of your videos popped up, and I'd never heard of Entropia before, so I watched your video. And then I started watching the channel. And now I play the game. And I just did my first Mayhem, and now I'm doing my first Gold Rush. This is going to be my first Merry Mayhem. This is going to be my first player-driven event. And I want you to know that this is now my hobby, my passion. I now absolutely love this game. And it's all because of your followers, because they hit those buttons and got this video in front of me. So will you please tell them the impact that they are making sharing this game with the world, helping people to discover this game and fall in love with it for the very first time. And they're right. I can make the content. I can put it out there. But you guys subscribing, hitting the bell icon, liking the videos, commenting on the videos, sharing the videos, that is what gets the channel the exposure. That's what gets these videos in front of people who've never heard of Entropia before. And that is what is helping people fall in love with Entropia for the very first time. So you guys deserve to know the impact you're having on sharing this incredible passion of ours with others. So guys, please keep it up. Till next time, sip, sip, smack, smack. Y'all know the rest. Take care, Stevies.